If your brakes are squealing louder than a pub on game night, or your shocks feel like they found potholes instead of a pot of gold, it's time to go to Napa Auto Parts. With over 85 locations in Alberta, Napa has the quality parts, tools, equipment, and know-how to keep your ride smooth and feeling confident, more than lucky. Visit your local store today or visit online at napacanada.com. That's Napa Know-How.
It's happened again, and construction season is coming soon. Job delayed, money lost, and clients disappointed because your rigging failed and it wasn't inspected. Don't let this happen to you. Have your lifting slings, fittings, hoisting tools, and safety harnesses checked with Titan Supply. Titan Supply offers certified on-site and in-house rigging inspections and service, so they can repair it, replace it, and recertify it. Titan Supply in Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary, and at titansupply.ca. Lift, dig, haul.
Well, the night that Patty Murphy died.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:00. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you guys are having a great start to your Tuesday. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Mackenzie the intern with you here in the Sports 1440 studio. The show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Of course, go check them out. Only available in Leduc. Get in the inbox here, 1-833-401-1440. Today on the show, of course, the Oilers are in action. Leon Draisaitl will not play as Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks roll into town. Puck drop just after 7. Pre-game coverage coming your way at 6 with Andrew Walker, Donovan Paulson, and Landon Ferraro. Should be a fun game. Anytime you get a chance to watch Celebrini with what he is doing this year for the San Jose Sharks, you got to be impressed at such a young player, just a couple years in the NHL, and a legitimate MVP candidate for San Jose. Was talked about already today on the Kevin Carrier show. 95 points on the season. Will Smith, second on the team with 45. That's 50-point differential. That takes me back to Leon Draisaitl and Josh Morrissey playing for the PA Raiders, where they were so far above the rest of their teammates. But it's just one guy. He's involved in like everything they do, shooting at a 15% clip as well. 35 goals on the year. Extremely impressive. And, you go back to Connor McDavid and how much success he had early on in his career. For their first 135 games, Macklin Celebrini, 60 goals to McDavid's 50. McDavid edges him in assists, 107-98. But Macklin Celebrini, one more point. Now that's through their first 135. We'll see what happens in the next, 700 games for Celebrini, but a heck of a start to his career. Duke, good morning. How are you doing today?
Morning, Connor. I'm well. St. Patrick's Day. Exciting times for any of our Irish friends out there, and I'm sure plenty that aren't. Irish still get excited. I'm kind of past that phase of my life where I'm, headed straight to the pub after the show, or back in the day it would have been class or something else. Looking forward to this game tonight. The Sharks and Oilers have played a pair of really entertaining hockey games so far this year. Now, Leon Draisaitl does put a little bit of a different element into the contest for the Oilers. How does a guy like Jason Dickinson, Josh Szymanski down the middle, how do they step up to kind of fill that void? And Connor McDavid said it himself at his avail yesterday, right? You can't replace Leon Draisaitl. You just hope to fill in enough gaps that the team can still get by without him, because he's one of the very best players in the entire sport. Just so happens to be the second best player on his own team. So I'm looking forward to it a lot. We get the first couple games of the March Madness bracket with the first four tonight. UMBC, Howard, Texas, NC State, and the World Baseball Classic finale as well. So it's another great evening on the sporting calendar, and I'm excited to take it all in.
Yeah, and just to what you said about the Oilers and what McDavid said, it has to be the kind of that team effort. The Sharks team is solid. Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini obviously get a lot of the attention, but you got Misa, who has a bright future.
And he's kind of hot right now too. He's putting up some points, which eluded him a little bit more in the early going.
They're a fun team when you look at their numbers, because it's the most random assortment. Like, you've got the top line right winger wearing number 2. You've got 4 players in the 70s. You got Khrushchev at 96, Regenda 84, Zach Ostapchuk, local product 63, Adam Gaudette 81. The traditional hockey numbers are kind of lost on this team, especially up front. But some good players. You got an 85, Shakir Mukhamadullin, 85, a 38 for Ferraro, which I will say 38 is a number I wore a few times. Not sure why I liked it, but it looked good. But Orlov, number 9, Klingberg, we recognize him. Number 3 on the back end, Vinny Desharnais, Sam Dickinson, a team on the rise for sure with the San Jose Sharks. So it'll be a very fun one today. You did talk there about, you're past that phase of going to the pub or whatever it might be after. When you did go out for drinks after class, after work, did you do the green dye or?
Oh yeah. Most of the places, I think you had to specifically request you didn't. It was like, hey, can you not put any green dye in this pitcher of beer, please? I'm already going to have an absolute Jackson Pollock tomorrow morning. I don't need to add to that. So I was here for it. I didn't necessarily want it all night long, but at least to kick things off, maybe a few pints with the dye in it. Why not?
We had, of course, every Thursday in a show, David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor comes in and the green dye was brought up and he and Greg were like, nope, never. I kind of had to confess, when I was younger, of course I was doing the green beer. You're going to the pub after work. One year, Mark Mageau and I went to a Red Deer Rebels game, Rebels and Oil Kings. Henrik Samuelson got kicked out, had to watch the game with us. Oh, you're damn right I was having a green beer. Had to have a couple of them at least, but I'm sure people will be indulging in those later on today and have fun. Do so responsibly, as we say all the time here. 1-833-401-1440 should also let you know our March Madness Bracket Challenge is open. If you want to get in on that, it's $10 each transfer to Brandon at sports1440.ca. And make sure you include your email in the memo line so Brandon can send you the link with the password. It's super easy. I just set mine up. I went through. I did my bracket, Duke. Totally unintentional, but my final 4 is all number 1 seeds. That's just the way it kind of broke down for me.
Hey, I'm right there with you. So, and I did notice we had a different national champion. So it might just come down to that with a lot of people based on what I've read, listened to the past few days since Selection Sunday, and even going back before that. The top teams are the top teams this year, and there are quite a few of them. In years past, maybe we say there's 1, even up to maybe 3 teams that could win the national championship from an expert's perspective. It's a little bit of an more open field, but these top 4 seeds clearly take the cake for a reason. Now, a team like Duke, pretty tough bracket for maybe being the number 2 team in the country behind someone like Arizona. They've got a pretty tough region to get through. Some really good teams that they'd have to get past, including an icon, I think, right? They'd go up against Michigan State at one point and Tom Izzo, who has a pretty good resume come March.
If they did, it wouldn't be till the Sweet 16.
Still tough.
I have them falling to UConn, Michigan State.
Hey, and UConn only a few years removed from back-to-back natties. And Dan Hurley's a psychopath, so you never want to be betting against him come. So there you go, right? Even if Michigan State loses, that's the alternative option for Duke to play is Dan Hurley and the Huskies. It's a pretty intimidating field they have to get through.
We were on the bar out there, Mackenzie and I, and looking at that matchup, Louisville versus Michigan State. And I was like, well, Lamar Jackson went to Louisville. And then she said, well, Draymond went to Michigan State plus the Iceman. So I'm like, okay.
The Iceman.
For Ike Howard, I'll lean Michigan State in this one.
Did Mackenzie get her bracket filled out? Oh, she's waiting. She wants to hear more expert analysis. Not on this show necessarily, but probably elsewhere.
I was saying to her, listen to what I'm saying. This is great advice. No, don't actually listen to what I say. Mackenzie's going to do a women's bracket as well. Last year I had a great start, and then I kind of fell off. So I think she might whip that up. And then if listeners want to join, we'll give you all the information for that one. I don't know if she'll want to take money. Maybe just pride.
A lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. I can attest to that. Also, we talked about it a little bit. The trade for Jalen Waddle to the Denver Broncos with Karius. Duke, I got to say, huge Chargers fan bias. Hate it for the Chargers. Got to lock him down. I guess maybe Mike McDaniel, our new OC, has a little inside information on him, what we can do to try to stop him. But he's a heck of a football player. And for the Miami Dolphins, I don't know if there was a discussion with he and the management team. I don't want to be here for this. This is not going to be a fun time in my life. If I'm the one receiving weapon we have here, I wonder what Devon Achane is thinking down in Miami as well. And now he is insert Will Smith meme standing all alone in the house. He's got nobody. But for the Denver Broncos, Duke, I think this is a heck of a move. He can stretch the field. The production, kind of dropped off a little bit, but with the lack of success from the quarterback position and the team in general the last few years, the injuries that have piled up, it makes sense. But for the Broncos, cost you a first-round pick. I think he'll be better than any receiver you'd get with that 30th overall pick. So good on them for going out there and pulling the trigger.
I'm in lockstep with you on this, Connor. It's a great move for the Broncos, who were, I said this with Kevin, kind of in the same territory as the Patriots and the Bills, as one of these teams that need a bona fide number one guy. Now, Jalen Waddle, when Tyreek Hill has been injured, has filled that role for the Dolphins. And like you said, the numbers haven't necessarily been there the past couple of years to reflect that, but that's also with the Dolphins being a much poorer team in those recent years, and the quarterback playing a big part. So it's a great add to complement a guy like Cortland Sutton, I think, and then the emergence of Troy Franklin. All of a sudden, this is a receiver group that gets a little bit more dynamic, can stretch the field a little bit more with Waddle. So I think it's an A-plus move when you look at the assets given up end of the first round. Listen, first-round picks are the biggest commodity in the NFL, but it's one I think is well worth giving up here. For the Dolphins, my biggest question is, it goes back to, we said it on the opening day of free agency when the news came down about them signing Malik Willis to a pretty decent contract. What do you want him to do? Are you essentially gave him that money like, listen, son, it's going to be pretty rough. Here's $22 million a year to try and, comfort you in the fact that you are going to have no weapons outside of the guy who's sitting beside you in the backfield. And that seems like it's going to be pretty easy for defenses to scheme against.
Put $2 million of this into your body.
Yeah,
for rehab and all that sort of thing.
Get the best health insurance policy you can.
I don't like it. Like, for him,
I think it puts him in a total lose-lose situation. He's not going to have a chance, which just goes back to my original thought of, why even bother buying out Tua then? Roll him out there to just play for a crappy team for one more year, and then you maybe draft Arch Manning or whomever else near the top of next year's draft, where the quarterback prospect seems a little richer than this coming season. So I don't get it from a Dolphins perspective. I think it's a home run for Denver.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to think of Tua in that situation with his health concern and history. I don't think it would have been good. But like you say, for Malik Willis, good luck. Hope you get through it. Now the Denver Broncos with this, I believe, have about $18 million in cap space. Keep in mind, you do have to save some for your draft picks. They don't have a first-round pick, but they'll still have a handful of others. And then, you want to make sure you have space in case mid-season you want to make a move. So for the Denver Broncos, I mean, it was pretty well documented. Didn't sign any free agents from other teams. Kept it all in-house, and now they acquire Waddle. Hey, they were probably a healthy quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl, so you're not going to make too many adjustments. Lost a couple guys, but yeah, I really like this move for the Denver Broncos. We hop into the inbox, 1-833-401-1440. Talladega says, hey guys, did Miami, Ohio make the tournament? Perfect season. Should be an automatic berth.
Well, it wasn't a perfect season because they lost in the MAC tournament.
Yeah.
So 31-1. And yeah, they did get in. They will play tomorrow night in one of the first 4 games. They are up against SMU, and they're underdogs in the game. So take that for what it's worth, that even getting one of the final seeds as a play-in spot, they're still not favored in that game.
Now, that'll be the 225 game. So if you want to watch that one, do you know whose son goes to SMU as a football player?
No.
You'd never know this. Matt Leinart.
Really?
Yeah. He's only 42. How's he got these kids popping up playing college football?
I see 7:15 tomorrow night for this game, Connor.
Oh, maybe we got different
options. Are you looking at if they win that game, then the first maybe game
that might be
play,
it. Yeah, that might
which
be
I think is against
Tennessee.
Yeah,
you're right.
Vols.
7:15?
That's tomorrow night, yeah.
Is that appointment television for you?
I'll be watching for sure.
On a Wednesday? Yeah.
Got to get in. Got to get a look at him. Whoever wins that game, to see if maybe it'll impact my decision on if they can pull an upset against the Vols in the first round.
MTR texting in. They'll get a stud at 11. Talking Dolphins here. Lemon, Boston, or Tate. Yeah, another David Boston's son. Denzel Tate. Denzel Boston. Cardinal Tate. Yeah. Will they be better than Waddle? Maybe. Will they have time to throw him the football? Probably not. That offensive line's kind of in shambles too.
So Connor, you and I, as fantasy football players, fans, we love it. Several leagues each every season. do you look at what Miami does there from a biased perspective and say you want them to take a receiver, one of these top end guys, and the potential of getting a premier role as a rookie, and then also maybe improving the stock of a guy like HM because he's no longer the sole weapon inside the offense? Or do you take your biased fantasy glasses off and say, why are you drafting a receiver here? You have so many other holes on your team. Fill the other spots first. Premier receivers at the phase the Dolphins are at right now seems like a luxury they don't really need.
I think I'm with you. Like, if I was rebuilding a franchise, and like Connor, you got the keys to the car, you got franchise picks here, or lots of draft picks. As much as I can, I'm building up the offensive line. Like, so then when I go out there and do draft my quarterback, I'm not putting him in front of a couple rookies, guys who have, a season or two. I'm building that up. I'm getting my quarterback. Obviously, it depends on the year. Is there that stud quarterback? And I think receiver might be like the last route I go down to pick someone up. Like, you can find other receivers. Receivers are very talented. You can find them through trades or free agencies. But I'd be building up that offensive line first if I'm the Miami Dolphins. It's tempting to take skill. I get it. I've been a fan my whole life, and I always want that electric player.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going offensive line, building in the trenches if I'm the Miami Dolphins. What would you do? Because the temptation would be there. Like MTR said, those are three tantalizing wide receivers.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And listen, I'm a Devon Achane owner in a dynasty league. He's been one of my best players since coming into the league. But I can't help but think like the Dolphins just have to take a bigger picture look and say, this is kind of a gap year, right? Do you want to draft a receiver? Experience is always valuable, but receiver is kind of one of those positions that are any of these guys the generational types, right? That even though the success hasn't necessarily been there at the NFL level to the extent we maybe expected, like Marvin Harrison Jr. was considered a can't miss receiver coming out of the draft, right? Are any of these guys him? Not from what I've read or heard from people that are much more in tune with it than I am. So do you take a chance on getting that type of receiver next year to pair when you draft your quarterback, and this year shore up some of the more role positions that will make life easier moving forward for some of the skill players? That's my line of thinking. But at the same time, I wouldn't be upset if there's at least something else happening inside this offense to make Achane a little bit less predictable to get the ball every single down.
I use my Charger colored glasses here, and a couple of years ago, they could have been in the hunt could have been Brock Bowers, close to Marvin Harrison, but they took Joe Alt. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you got to protect. I get that. And then who did they take in the second round? They traded up for Lad McConkey.
Right.
Like, you're going to find those receivers, right? And that's what it's all about. Like, do you...
And with the picks the Dolphins have, they could easily package up into a get back in the first round again.
100%
this year. So,
and you have to value that. Like, okay, are there only 3 good tackles and there's 10 good receivers? Obviously, you address that need first. I think Carnell Tate is going to be a heck of a player in the NFL. That's someone that I really like. Caleb Downs. Oh, sorry, not Caleb Downs. That'd be wrong. Lemon out of USC is interesting. People kind of thought he was a little bit weird, but who cares what people think from the combine. Jordan Tyson's another one, Arizona State. I think that Boston will fall a little bit. I think like mid to late first round, but he'll still be a good player. Yeah, but again, like I think he's get receivers later and worry about that later. But whoever's your quarterback under center, keep them upright, build in the trenches, take that route.
The Ed Hervey route.
Yeah, well, I mean, heck, it worked for the New York Giants pretty good in the early 2000s, 2 Super Bowls. Triple Cena Truck says Tua wasn't making another season with that line. It's true. It's true. Kyle says they need to get a receiver after QB. Talking Dolphins? Who's out there in free agency?
Well, I think technically Kirk Cousins is still going to be. I've heard quite a bit that he's going to go to the Raiders.
I saw people saying, we got to have them on Hard Knocks with Cousins and Mendoza. I'm like, that would be the most boring show ever.
Also, I think the rules are first-year head coaches don't go on Hard Knocks.
I think they can step in front of it and say we don't want to.
Right. Which is kind of the problem with how Hard Knocks has changed over the past couple seasons. It seems that the teams do get a final cutting board or cutting room floor look at everything. And it kind of takes some of the drama out of it, where it is a lot more just cookie cutter stuff that we see for the most part, as opposed to some of the crazy things we maybe saw in 5+ or even more years ago on the show.
Like one of the originals, the Ravens back in 2001.
Yeah,
were terrific. What I was going to say though, like just when it comes to, receivers who are still available, like I think in free agency, even like later in free agency, you can still find guys like if you needed and they're available. Would you go like Keenan Allen for one more year if he was?
Well, Christian Kirk signed with the Niners, didn't he?
Christian Kirk just signed. Like I think there's receivers.
He had an all right season in Houston.
There's guys you can find to like fill the hole for a year or two while you build up around the position with other spots. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Craving your favorite mouth-watering pizzas? Papa John's has large specialty pizzas for only $19.99 for a limited time. Get a flavorful all the meats, the works, ultimate pepperoni, Hawaiian, barbecue chicken, and more on original thin or New York style crust. Use the code LSPEC at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app. Get yours today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Excavators, loaders, lifts, compaction equipment, and more. Find the XCMG construction equipment you need. Available for rental or sale at Japa Machinery Group. Japa, helping build Alberta from the ground up for 50 years. Visit japamachinery.com.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way.
With the lead up to the playoffs underway, players are definitely stepping up their game.
And the fans are doing the same. Simple snacks like chips and dip may work at the front half of the season, but now more and more fans are rocking the Wilhauk Beef Jerky for game time get-togethers.
Just make sure you bring enough for everyone if you want to be invited back for the playoffs.
Make your next hockey game day a Will Hockey game day with Wilhauk Beef Jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win games with salad.
At GS Construction, every winter plan becomes a spring project. Every repaired line and every improved system is how we build the next chapter of Edmonton's infrastructure. And we can't do that without the best and the brightest in the field. That's why right now, GS Construction is looking to hire experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators who can step in and hit the ground running. With a people-first mentality, career growth, and comprehensive benefits, why would you want to work anywhere else? To apply, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Do you listen to sports radio at work? Like right now? Well, do you?
Who, me? No way. I swear.
Okay, friend, we won't tell. Tens of thousands of sports fans listen to Sports 1440 each and every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. If you listen to Sports 1440 at work, well, maybe it's time to advertise on Sports 1440 at work. Grow your business. Get your name out there. Shoot our ad team an email. Gregor@sports1440.ca. Let's get to work for you.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
If we win the $46,000 early bird, I'll be nicer.
Really?
Well, mostly.
All right, I'll take it.
You know what's nice? Tickets are only $30, and every ticket helps support kids through free mentorship and after-school programs. Don't miss out. The early bird deadline is March 19th at bigbrothersdreamhome.org.
Lottery license 745563 and 745562. Please play responsibly.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
Is your business ready to grow? Not sure how? We have your solution. We
our Stingray. Whether your customers are around the corner or across the country, Stingray connects you with radio to digital advertising, including connected TV, search and social, programmatic, digital advertising, and digital out of home. From idea to execution, we've got you covered. With creative and production, cross-platform integration, detailed reporting, and one-on-one support, it's the easy way to make your business grow. Get started now at stingraymediasolutions.com.
She played the
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Hmm. 11:25. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Country Mac, Big Country with you here in the Sports 1440 studio. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Mackenzie actually just pointed it out that our two producers here are not wearing green. What is up with that? You guys don't like the Irish?
I love the Irish. I love what they've given us. Ed Sheeran, whiskey,
Bono,
Hosier.
Yeah. Sinead O'Connor. Sinead.
Right. Sinead. Saoirse Ronan.
You look at the Irish Canadians and Irish Americans, like pretty good stuff coming from those people as well.
No, I no joke, Connor. I don't own anything green.
That's crazy. What's your wardrobe consist of? Just black?
Pretty drab. A lot of black and gray and dark blue for the most part.
You don't even have like getting green dress socks or anything?
Oh, maybe. I didn't think about that. My dress socks are in a different drawer, so I didn't even look in there.
I do that too.
No, I don't know. Most of my dress socks are still like black or gray based with some fun patterns or shapes and stuff on them, but I don't think any of them are green.
Oh, well.
Listen.
You're not Irish.
True. I'm not. And I don't want to culturally appropriate.
It did bug me, the people that were like clearly not Irish that got way
go
too
full,
into
go
St. Patrick's
full,
Day.
go full tilt for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
This isn't, well, this isn't for you. Who is it for?
How does the sports station not list Conor McGregor? Wow. But we're getting there.
There's only one Conor McGregor. And there's no fighter better.
I liked the young Conor McGregor. I liked when his fans would show up and chant and stuff in Vegas for the pressers. But yeah, of course Conor McGregor's there. So peaked early. Quick question for you, jabronis. Can I send the NCAA payment and the baseball payment at the same time from MTR? Well, am I collecting the baseball money or are you doing
I can do it. That's fine.
MTR?
MTR must get a fee for every e-transfer he sends. He's trying to save that $1.50.
It's just a good business.
Hey,
I respect it.
Tough to argue with it.
I guess MTR is buying his place in the baseball event. That's another good way to slide in. No pun intended.
True. Last year, I believe we didn't end up needing to do a lottery for the baseball league because we just kept expanding the league until we had 20 teams. I'd have to guess that's kind of where we're trending towards right now as well. Now, if we end up with more than, it might just be the first 20. If we officially open it right now, the first 20 to enter.
Oh, should we ring the bell? All right.
That's the bell.
If you want to get in on the baseball, $50.
And I suppose the sooner we get the field rounded out, the sooner we can officially set a draft date too. So yeah, why not? Yeah, same email, but 50 bones is the entry fee.
$50 to Brandon at sports1440.ca for baseball. Sorry I'm late. I just don't give a you-know-what about McGregor in best form. LOL from Greater Man J. And also, MTR says, relax, buddy. It saves time. I mean, it does save about a minute, for sure.
Well, time is money, so it also...
It's true. So $10 for the NCAA tournament,
Yep.
$50 for baseball if you want to get in on that. The email is brandon@sports1440.ca, BRANDON at SPORTS1440.ca, and include your email in the memo.
Mhm.
And we'll, what do you always say? Get two birds stoned at once or whatever?
Yeah.
If you want to get on the baseball one, and we'll pick a charity for that as well. So $25 will go to the winner, and then the $25 also goes to a charity, which we have not yet decided, but we'll get on it
For the
sure.
baseball draft.
For the baseball draft.
Yeah, for the March Madness for Ben Stelter Foundation.
I like it. Great pick. Text line is 1-833-401-1440. This segment brought to you by elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger breaking down the green and gold. It is the most in-depth double E football coverage you will find out there. If you want to watch videos, you can do so on YouTube. If you want to listen to the podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from, then articles at elksnation.ca. Go check it out for all the information. Also, Duke, the Women's World Curling Championships right now going on down in Calgary. Canada right now leading Italy in the 9th, and Canada 4-0 in the tournament, tied with, which you would say is Turkey for top spot.
Mm-hmm.
I might say Turkey.
I believe that's the more correct way to say it today. But that's a habit that's been hard for me to break.
Me too, but I saw it once, and then now in this business we work in, if you say something wrong, somebody's going to comment
People love
on it.
correcting you.
So you have to decide which way you want to make it. Oilers are in action this evening, set to take on the San Jose Sharks down at Rogers Place. As we mentioned, it's going to be a puck drop 7 o'clock-ish. That means pregame coverage coming your way at 6 o'clock with Andrew Walker, Donovan Paulson, Landon Ferraro. They'll take your calls and texts, and then they'll get to the ever so popular over-under, which sometimes, Duke, I don't think people even listen for the answer. They just say over or under.
Hey, you got a 50% chance of getting it right. Unless there's the odd chance. And I do this the couple times I've filled in for walks. I'll pick something that you can get a push on. So I add a third option.
I don't think you can do that.
Well, I do what I want. I'm filling in. Who's going to stop me?
What
Marty?
kind of question do you do with that?
Like total, I think the one time they're playing the Avalanche, I want to say maybe I picked the total number of points scored by players going to the Four Nation face-off. And I don't know if I put it like 8 or something. And I set it at an even number, so it could be a push rather than 7.5 or 8.5.
I kind of like that.
If I recall correctly, it proved being under. It was a surprisingly low-scoring game for a Colorado and Edmonton matchup last season. But my memory could also be serving me wrong. Would be the first time.
Lines today, we assume, I believe, optional skate this morning, but yesterday you had Savoy, McDavid, and Hyman, Nuge, Dickinson, Roslovic, Podkolzin, Szymanski, Kapanen. I'm intrigued by that line. Jones, Henrik, Frederick, and then on the back end, Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy, Wallman, Stastny. Looks like that Connor Ingram will get the start. That seems to be 99% confirmed because we've seen it change. Leon Draisaitl not going to play for this one. Duke, without Leon Draisaitl, we've talked about the top 6. We kind of know their roles. There might be some more line matching. Try to get certain players on. Macklin Celebrini, who is must cover. What do you like or think about that third line? Podkolzin, Szymanski, Kapanen? Because I loved the response from those guys, Podkolzin and Kapanen, even if it was just a body check. The player gets hurt, go after him. Weisblatt, no problem with him. You know, he's just doing his job. But you drop Szymanski in there, another German.
Mm-hmm.
Little less skilled, but Szymanski's, I think, giving people reason to be a little bit excited with what he could be.
Yeah, I think this is a big opportunity for him, right? Because, and there's another thing I kind of said with Kevin towards the end of the show, that when Szymanski first got called up, we were all excited and interested to see what he could do at the NHL level. And it kind of seemed mostly like spot duty at the time. And he'd earned the promotion with his play in Bakersfield. But we were all pretty much in agreement saying, yeah, if the Oilers are expecting to make a deep playoff run, this isn't a guy that we should expect to see in the lineup come late April and May and beyond. But if he can acquit himself well enough here with a little bit of an elevated role and more responsibility on his plate, because we know how much Chris Knoblauch likes Vasily Podkolzin and Kasperi Kapanen, rightfully so. They've been very effective players this year. Kapanen, when he's been in the lineup, Podkolzin, it goes back to essentially since he was acquired by the Oilers. So if the coaching staff likes those two guys that much, we could see Szymanski getting quite a bit more ice time, and that might be dictated by how long Draisaitl does in fact remain out of the lineup. But it's a big opportunity, and he's a player I'm going to be kind of focusing on a little bit more here for tonight's game and moving forward if Leon remains out.
Oh, we did get a text. Any update on Doc? No, not really, Jordy. Like kind of the initial one, he's going to be missing some time. And that was kind of left at that. Obviously not out there in practice yesterday, so we'll see. Hopefully he gets out there soon. Aaron says, of course there is a gift card for someone to win, and Duke has to go with a push option to ruin everyone's evening. Savage.
Yeah.
Oh. That's why they call him the Duke. He's known for these sort of things. Could people pick the push?
Yeah.
If it's the push, Duke wins. The house wins.
Yeah, the house wins. Donovan and I go treat ourselves over at River Creek. No, we would have picked a winner all the same, but it didn't matter because it hit the under. And there were some people who did pick push, not very many.
You have to. Someone has to do it. It's like even if you said like Connor McDavid over under half a point, you can pick over, and obviously it's going to be very likely, but 99% of the people are going to pick that. So if you take under, that's the best chance. Now, Duke, you said, and I want to get this text here correct. The fact that you think Ed Sheeran is Irish is a slap in the face to the Irish. He's a good singer. If you want true Irish, watch the Riverdance group. Ed Sheeran was born in England.
My apologies.
Now,
maybe it's just the red hair.
I think it was the red hair that
just
got
tricked
you.
me.
Yeah. Because I didn't even blink. Like, okay.
And
yeah.
also the Galway Girl song, which is the one I played. That's an Irish reference, is it not?
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I mean, I think that he has to. His father is Irish, and he's from a very large Catholic family.
All right. Well, I'll take that. Hey, Radio Free Agent listener, sorry.
His grandfather married a Catholic from the Republic of Ireland during sectarian intolerance.
All right. So we're just getting a full rundown on Ed Sheeran's genealogy.
He also once visited the old radio building.
He once went to Ireland.
People got their picture taken with him when I worked down the dial, and I was like, I don't know. I think I'm probably okay. Should have got a photo with him. That was before he really popped off. There's only two people I missed that I was really mad about it. Christina Milian, she was in our building once, and I didn't get a picture with her. That one bugged me out. And then Sue, I think is her name, from the show, like the girl who lives in Alaska.
All right.
Sue Aikens. Is that her name?
You're asking the wrong guy that.
She came into our studio and I missed it, and I was so mad. She's from Life Below Zero. She like lives super far north, and she's on a TV show. Other than that, I was like, I missed Ed Sheeran. No big deal. Anywho, my MTR sent the 60.
Yeah, we're getting I think there's already 3 people in for baseball.
Oh, wow. Good on you guys. $50 to Brandon at sports1440.ca. Triple Cena Truck says, what about Connor McDavid? Irish. Sounds like it.
Ryan O'Reilly. Bobby Ryan.
Just having
Irish
Ryan,
names.
but that's not his real last name.
It's not. But I believe he is actually Irish or Irish ancestry. I think I read that when I was reading that crazy story about Bobby Ryan.
Wild story. Just by having Connor in your name, do people think you're Irish? Is Connor Irish?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm Irish, and that's my name.
But isn't Halley?
I don't know what Halley is.
That an Irish name?
Might be Scottish.
O'Halley. O'Malley.
O'Malley, yeah. That's
Murphy.
That's certainly
Connor Murphy. Irish. Double Irish.
Connor Clattenburg. Very Irish.
Slightly less Irish, I think.
Maybe. We'll never really know. Triple Cena Trucks. Sue is a beast on Life Below Zero. Yeah, man. She was awesome. She met Jess. She was in studio, and I was like, oh, how did I miss that? I'd love to get a picture with her. Talk shop a little bit. Couple outdoorsy people like ourselves. Halley is a surname of the English origin. Darn.
Very close.
The most famous Halley, I think, would be Edmund Halley. I believe.
Is that who Halley's Comet was named after?
Halley's Comet, yeah.
I don't think that's right.
Trust me. I think I would know. He's also from England, not Ireland. Money sent. Patty O'Sullivan. That was a good one. Uner. Oilers legend. And Maddie in Regina sent the money. So there you go. Maddie's Masters is back in the Sports 1440 Major League Baseball Fantasy Draft. If you want to get in on that, $50 to Brandon at sports1440.ca. You can also do our March Madness bracket, $10 to Brandon at sports1440.ca. Or if you want to get in on both, $60. There's no discount in that one. It's still $60.
There's no discount for buying in bulk, except I suppose if you save yourself, if you do in fact have a e-transfer fee, which does that even exist anymore? Like how far we've come where everything is so digital and online. Are there still institutions that charge that?
I thought it was unlimited, but
I know, like, I'm a credit union man. I know mine are unlimited.
But you got to hook up in the company. So maybe you got a discount.
Yeah, friends and family.
Ryan Smith says, boys, I want back in to the Fantasy Baseball League. I finished third last year. Unfinished business.
Unfinished business? Talk about our team. We were at roughshod over the league all year. It's killer.
Our bats failed us in the end, right?
Yeah. And which is crazy because most of the year our pitching was our weak point. But then come September, bats couldn't get it done. Disappointing. But that's fantasy sports for you.
Ryan did ask, when is the draft? We're working on it.
Maybe middle of next week.
I kind of like next Wednesday.
I'd say. Do the Oilers play?
No. They play Tuesday, Thursday.
I like it.
The email, Dallas, is Brandon at sports1440.ca. Include your email if you get in on it. Northside Jason says, hey, guys, I sent my baseball money to Connor, not Duke. Just so you know, it's not free money for Connor. That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
Connor, congratulations. You're $50 richer.
Thank you. Thanks, Jason. I will transfer that to Brandon for you, Jason. But maybe just shoot Brandon an email with your email or just text us, 1-833-401-1440, what your email is, so we can make sure we provide you with the information. We'll take another break here. When we come back, more of your text. I'll talk some more Oilers, maybe some NFL, whatever else you might like to. You can tell us just your favorite Irish person if you'd like. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Oil Kings Hockey takes to the ice at Rogers Place for the final regular season game this Sunday.
It's the Team Awards game. See who scores the hardware pregame for Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, MVP, and more.
With all the family fun Sunday face painting, bouncy castles, and Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less.
Plus a post-game autograph session.
Edmonton Oil Kings, Calgary Hitmen. Team Awards game, 4 p.m. Sunday.
The final home game this season at Rogers Place before playoff action kicks off, starting at $20 a seat. Save on day of game pricing now at oilkings.ca.
What if you could hire motivated, safety-trained youth with no risk and funding to support you? At Careers the Next Generation, we make hiring easy with funded internships across Alberta in trades, IT, forestry, and more. Interns are WCB covered, complete high school accredited safety trained, and arrive ready to contribute from day one. With 42% of RAP students completing their apprenticeship by age 22, you get skilled workers faster. Spots are filling up. Visit careersnextgen.ca today.
At Fountain Tire, the savings come in threes. Up to 25% off select tires, a mail-in rebate of up to $100 off a set of 4 select tires, and $50 off a $150 service. We're basically the BLT of savings until April 25th. Restrictions apply. Book today.
Got a car you're ready to part with? Find out what it's worth. Fast, easy, and totally free at Go Auto. We're talking top dollar trade-ins, whether it's a little worn or still rocking that new car smell. Just a few clicks, and boom, you've got your value. Text value to 780-777-7777 to start. That's value to 780 all sevens. Why guess what it's worth? Let Go Auto show you the money.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. We're the #1 dealer in the world. Just kidding. If we were, would you care? We're the #1 dealer in Canada. Still kidding. You probably still don't care. Tell you what you will care about, our March Madness sale going on right now. Discounts up to $30,000. And the grand opening of our Autoplex, a massive indoor showroom. No self-proclaimed titles, no iPads, no trips to Vegas or hockey jerseys, just a really good deal. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country. Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
For 50 years, the Selby Group has been building trusted homes and strong communities. This year, we're celebrating that milestone with special events and anniversary promotions you won't want to miss. Discover Hillshire by Selby Group, beautifully designed homes in a community built for the way you live today. And coming this spring, move-in ready spec homes will be available. Your new home is waiting. Celebrate 50 years of Selby Group at Hillshire. Visit selvygroup.com or stop by Hillshire today.
Ever had a problem returning auto parts? At Ed's Auto Salvage in Westlock, we do things differently. Hi, it's Lisa, and we're proud to offer one of the best return policies in the business. When you shop with us, you buy with confidence, knowing that if it doesn't fit or if it's not the right part, we'll make it right. For nearly 50 years, Ed's Auto Salvage has helped Alberta drivers save money, stay on the roads, and shop stress-free. Trust the team that stands behind every part we sell. Visit us at edsautosalvage.com.
Does your bank do local? We do. When you bank with Vision Credit Union, you're banking with a rural Albertan cooperative that cares about the community where you live. There's no question. We actively support our rural communities at the local level through charitable donations, volunteerism, local team and event sponsorships, and by returning millions in profit shares to our members every year. Does your bank do that? We do local. Bank with Vision Credit Union. Vision CU.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:46. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Check them out online at Wilhauk Beef Jerky or in person out in Leduc. Grab some jerky, some ground beef, some canned veggies, spicy ones. That's the Duke's territory. Only Leduc, WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Northside Lou saying Connor in the Irish version just has one N. English is two N's. That makes sense. Conor McGregor only has one N. Patty and Spruce says, this is my day. My full name is Patrick. I'll redact your last name. And my mom was Irish with a maiden name that started with a Mick. It's like Christmas. Kilkenny will be drank tonight. Do it up, man. I'm all on board. I love it. What's a traditional Irish dinner? Stew?
Potatoes.
Potatoes?
Strictly potatoes.
Potato. Yeah, I mean, I like potatoes.
Who doesn't?
I mean, maybe
the most diverse food.
Yeah, I would say so. You can do so much with them. What's your top potato? Top 3 power rankings, Duke.
Top 3 power rankings: scallop potatoes, mashed potatoes, and potato chips.
Mashed potato, hash brown.
Oh, that's good.
Potato chip.
Yeah, it rushed me. Hash brown's good.
The best. Now,
and I mean, in like French fries. Come on now.
Oh shoot,
so good.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe I put French fries in ahead of potato chips.
Wedges?
Nah, give me a regular
tater tots.
I like
you go to first round.
I like the rough cut fries where there's still some skin on them.
Oh yeah, that's you. Hey,
that's the best kind.
Red potato, like when you get that stuff.
Okay.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about. Red potato.
Yeah, that's when you make fries out of those. That's the skin that lingers. It's
okay,
good.
Sure.
Costs us twice baked. You ever had a baked potato when then you like take the innards out, mash it, put like bacon and cheese and stuff, then you put it back in the potato. That might be twice baked, is what Kyle's talking
I
about.
believe that is what a twice baked is.
Those are dangerous and delicious. Shout out to the Irish. Where would we be without those potatoes? Coming up next here on this fine sports station, we've got the Lowdown with Low Tide. It is Tuesday, so I'm not exactly positive, unless something's popped up, Duke, in which you can correct me. But I know that Donovan Paulson will be by, pre-game co-host, talking Oilers with the boys. They'll do Hi, My Name Is and all that sort of thing. Then on the Jason Greger show today, we're going to have Paul Sir, host of Hoop City, join us at 2:40 with March Madness, obviously right around the corner, and the association getting closer to their playoffs. We'll talk some basketball. TR will join us. Terry Ryan, star of Shoresy, among other things, former NHLer, for a segment at 3:20. We got Randy Hahn, voice of the San Jose Sharks, while the Oil Report, stat of the day. Strutty will be by at 4:20. 5 questions. Spec, Derek Van Diest, and Cam Tate. So lots to get to. And then pregame coverage with Andrew Walker, Donovan Paulson, and Landon Ferraro. And then once the game wraps up, post-game coverage as well. MTR, the bracket is through ESPN.
Yeah.
For those of you wondering.
The baseball league, we will just renew it in Yahoo.
Yeah. Bonacore Greg says, potatoes wrapped in foil with onion soup mixed in them, baked on the barbecue is unreal. Never had it, but that sounds tasty. Patty and Spruce says a traditional Irish meal would be shepherd's pie. Oh, do you like shepherd's pie, dude?
I do. I really do.
That's good.
Any no-go ingredients in your shepherd's pie, though? Is there something, if it's in there, you all of a sudden aren't quite as...
I don't think so.
Or quite as into it?
Like, what would you have? Like, if someone put Jell-O in there, that'd be weird, but I don't think...
I don't know. I know you're... I don't want to say a picky eater, but you don't like pickles. I'm not saying your pickles are in a shepherd's pie, but you don't like pickles on your burgers, whereas I do. So, because there's a variety of different vegetables, I suppose you could put in shepherd's pie, right?
Absolutely.
Potatoes are the necessity for the base, and then your protein. But like carrots, peas, onions, I would have to think, right?
I'm all in.
Would be in there. So
yeah, let's do it. I don't like. Listen, we don't have shepherd's pie very often, but I do like it. Like the potatoes on top, a little crisp. Ooh. It's a delicacy. Bonacord Greg says, you got to try it. I might. Definitely would. Potatoes, dumplings, Irish bread, and custard for dessert. Chips and tea. Craterman Jay says, wife's family's full Irish. They go through cabbage, or go to was cabbage, ham, and roots. Absolutely did not like it the first time, but now I crave it. Yeah, my wife's family's Ukrainian, so the cabbage is a big part of it. I can't do it. Pierogies, potato ched, all in. Northside Lou says ground lamb is in a shepherd's pie. See, I've only had it with beef. Maybe it's not a real shepherd's pie in that case. A Canadian version.
Yeah,
I think
the Alberta version.
The ground lamb may be harder to come by when we were growing up. I'm not sure, but I'm all on board for that one. Maybe that's the plan for some people. Have a Guinness and a shepherd's pie to celebrate the day.
Sounds pretty good. You find the right pub spot to hit to serve that up. Sounds pretty good to me. Guinness and a pie.
So John says with beef, it's called cottage pie. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Learn something new.
And Frigid listener also says Irish stew. See, like that's what I thought of, like a nice hearty stew on St. Patrick's Day. I'm curious though, like, when it falls on a Friday, Saturday, heck, maybe even a Sunday, I'm sure the pubs go crazy. I'm have to text Dr. Wang and see what's happening down at OTR tonight. Is it going to get a little wild? Or the Druid as well? Opened up near the rink. I'm sure that'll be a big one. How does someone listen to the Carrier Show after the fact, Ulsterman? You can go Google Spotify if you're listening right now.
I'll text you the links, Sean, and then the same for the YouTube. You can go back and watch it at any point, and then obviously the audio format for purely podcast available too. But I'll send you all the links here once we wrap the show up.
Yeah, even just tell us what you prefer when it comes to Apple or Spotify. And get you those links. Bud Baker says mashed potato spring rolls from Joey's are the best. I've never had those. I'm intrigued by it. Ground beef in gravy, peas, carrots topped with mashed potatoes for shepherd's pie. Or cottage pie, as some might say. If it's not going to be lamb, Yeah, I think that's what we had growing up. I loved it. We had an incident, though, with one of my sisters, and we only had it when she wasn't around.
There was an incident.
Yeah. She claimed she had food poisoning from it. So couldn't have that for a long time. I think it might have been something else, which was disappointing because I was a big fan. You get like a bun too, maybe sop up some of that gravy. That's a tasty little meal right there. Duke, maybe that's what we have to do in the mall. Just find a good shepherd's pie. Where can we find a good
I don't know if we'll
pie?
find that in the food court. We might need to head down to Bourbon Street instead.
Where Sherlock's used to be.
Yeah.
They're gone now. So now Ranting Rob's Irish shepherd's pie is half ground beef and lamb.
Oh. Now we're just getting into the weeds on this.
Just give me the meat and we'll be happy. Oilers in action, like we said. No Leon Draisaitl going to play tonight. Obviously, he's got that injury. And then Connor Ingram will get the start for the Oilers. So now the discussion when you got the Lightning and the Panthers, probably got to get Tristan Jarry into one of those games. Which will it be? Maybe we'll talk about that later on. Final one. On the court, Greg says, hot take, scallop potatoes from the box are excellent.
I won't disagree with them. I indulge every now and again. If they don't top homemade ones, obviously, but the fact that they come out of a box, they should be disgusting, and they aren't.
I mean, I had friends that stood by like powdered mashed potatoes as well. So
that I'm not sure I've ever had.
It's
or at least not knowingly.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. For everyone here, thank you guys for joining us on the show today. We appreciate it. Check the podcast if you missed anything. Up next, Lowdown Flow Tide, followed by Gregor and pregame coverage. Before all that, though, one final update with the Duke, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com, only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day for the Edmonton Oilers as they take on the San Jose Sharks tonight from Rogers Place. Connor Ingram set to start in net. The team will be without Leon Draisaitl after his injury in Sunday's win. Puck drop just after 7 o'clock. Around the rest of the NHL, 8 of the games. Maple Leafs hosting the Islanders. Bruins are in Montreal. Hurricanes up against the Blue Jackets. Wild take on Chicago. Predators are in Winnipeg. Canucks host the Panthers. Sabres play Vegas. And the nightcap, Seattle Kraken welcome in the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lone game on the PWHL schedule has Toronto in Boston for a 5 o'clock puck drop. And from the NFL offseason, Denver Broncos acquiring wide receiver Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins, along with a 4th-round pick in exchange for the Broncos' first-rounder this year, which is 30th overall, and late 3rd and 4th-round picks as well. Hollywood Brown signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. And in the association tonight, 8 games total, including OKC in Orlando. The Knicks host Indiana at MSG. Milwaukee's taking on Cleveland. And the Sixers head to Denver for one of the game's evening's nightcaps. March Madness officially getting underway with the first 4 today. UMBC taking on Howard, and NC State goes up against Texas, both those from Dayton, Ohio. And the World Baseball Classic comes to a conclusion with the final. USA up against Venezuela, first pitch just after 6 o'clock. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
It's Sports